This is Heavy Conversation with Bruce and Jody, a podcast where we talk about being a big guy in today's world.
I'm Bruce.
And I'm Jody. Here we go.
Here we go. All right, here we go. All right, here we go.
Bruce.
Happy New Year.
Woo, Happy New Year. Finally.
Can you believe we made it?
I'm so excited for 2021. So many things. It's a new year, new fresh start, all that kind of stuff. So I'm excited for it. Definitely.
Yes.
I can't believe we made it, honestly, but
No. I know. 2020 was the longest 10 years of my life.
Hey, what? I know, right? I aged quite a bit. I've been feeling the wrinkles and the gray hair coming on more and more. So yeah, it was a very long, weird year.
Yeah, and I mean, things have not changed that much in the last few days since the year switched, but it's your mindset. It's the way that you look at it and the way that you project. And that's what we're going to be talking about this week is kind of our hopes and dreams for 2021.
Yes, absolutely. But before we get into that, we normally do like a little news segment, but we kind of wanted to talk about some new things that we're doing or whatever. I forgot about it last episode, after Christmas one. I didn't even hook up my new headphones. We got some new headphones, little upgrade. They're just they're not super fancy. They're just Sony professional headphones, dynamic stereo headphones.
Nice.
MDRs 7506, something special. But I really like the cushiness of the headphones because it's like I have a big head and they're somewhat adjustable, but these are super, like they got all kinds of range and movement to them, so they
fit many heads.
Yeah, they don't hurt my ears quite so much. I have big ears too, so it's like it gets hot and weird underneath there. I don't know. But I really enjoy these ones. I've been using them just like listening to music or videos and stuff like that. And yeah,
that's great. When I used to work in radio, and when I worked in radio, everybody at the station that I worked at they used Sony. They had these Sony headphones that they specifically swore by, that they were like the gold standard for broadcasting. So
yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, these. I mean, on Amazon they've got almost 12,000 reviews. So
nice.
They're popular ones. Got a case and all that stuff, and got some other little ear pad things, but I haven't been using those quite yet. But we'll see how it goes. I'm enjoying them so far. It's crispy, clear, sound that helps too, and
that's awesome.
Yeah,
nice. Well, for me, I don't have anything huge to talk about, so I figured I'd throw out my my experience with Apple Fitness Plus. So Apple, they launched Fitness Plus in December, and it is basically a way to exercise in a lot of different forms and fashions from the comfort of your own home or your iPad or your iPhone.
Okay.
I've got a bunch of Apple stuff.
All the things, yeah.
All of the Apple things. So it connects with my watch. And I thought, what the hell? I'll give it a try, because we've talked a lot over the years about how I feel about going to a gym and working out. Like first and foremost, I want to be active because it makes me feel good. I'm not trying to lose weight or sculpt my body or any,
get ripped.
That kind of right. So but I do, for me personally, I find that when I'm moving, when I'm exercising and I do that kind of stuff, I feel good. But I've always had this I've never felt comfortable like going to a gym or working out with other people or around other people, especially strangers.
Yeah.
So I thought, I've got the Apple subscription, so why not try the Fitness Plus thing? So, so I've been trying it out, and it covers. They have everything from yoga to high intensity training, HIIT, whatever that stands for. They've got core training, strength training, rowing if you have one of those machines, or
Okay.
you want to get in a boat, I guess. And
Yeah.
that's what I want to
to
see.
Yeah.
Yes, they've got the exercise bike thing, and then a treadmill one, and so you just follow along with the different videos, and they're all different lengths. So you can do as short as 5 to 10 minutes, and I think as long as 30 maybe.
Okay.
I've been doing 10 minutes just to
Yeah.
the things that I want to try. I started with yoga because I thought, what the hell,
That's a good place to start. Yep.
And the cool thing is they have 3 people in each video. So the person in the front is doing like, I guess the standard, whatever the thing is,
Yep.
whatever the activity is. But then they've got other people in the back, and one of those other people is doing a modified version of whatever the thing is. So with the yoga, the guy in the front is like putting his leg behind his head,
Yep.
standing on his toes on the other leg, and doing all the crazy stuff. And then they had another person in the back who was just kind of they were doing a lot of modified kind of things.
Nice.
And so the
That's
cool
good.
thing, I was able to kind of follow along and make it work however I needed it to work for me. It's been interesting. I think I'm more apt to give some of these things a try at my own pace because nobody else is around. I mean, my wife and my kids, the cat gives me weird looks. So
yeah.
but I'm able to kind of do that stuff, and it's been cool. I also like that their instructors are they cover a lot of ground. There's a lot of different different people. there are older people, younger people, different ethnicities, genders. There's differently abled people. The only thing that I have not seen is a plus size person, which I would love for Apple to add to what they're doing here, because I think that would help kind of push back against those preconceived notions of
Absolutely. It would, and it would make more people feel comfortable with using the app or program. They can see a big body doing the same, maybe modified positions or whatever it is. Yeah, I think that would definitely help.
But man alive, my body, I mean, I was so sore, especially after the high intensity thing. I'm like, all right, I'm going to try all of these that I can try. I don't have a rowing machine, so I'm not doing that, obviously. But, I know that I can go through these. And so I'm trying these different things to see how they go. Yoga was great. There were definitely positions I couldn't get into, but I've modified those to make them work for me. With the high intensity training, though, there were a lot of positions that I was trying. Like, I think there was planking. I can't remember if that was in the core or the high intensity, but it was all this crazy, stuff that I've never done before. And I wasn't doing it like the instructor was doing, who obviously is not built like me at all. But that's okay. And I felt good about it. I didn't feel demoralized. I didn't feel embarrassed. I didn't feel nervous about it. I think that it is an interesting approach. Like, for me, thinking about training with people or being active in that way it's always been this intimidating thing where it feels more like people are competing. And I'm not a competitive person, at least in that way. So it's kind of like sports have always been to me until recently, where it's just this thing I've stayed away from. And the instructors seem, they're upbeat, they're pretty happy, and it just kind of feels like, I don't know. I like it. It's something that I started doing before the new year. This is not a resolution, because I do not make resolutions like that. Nothing like that kind of thing. But I found it to be interesting. I'm gonna just kind of do it when I want to. I've been doing it basically every other day, just kind of as I'm feeling it, but no pressure. And when there's no pressure and no nerves behind the whole thing, no intimidation, well, it's a lot easier to do those things, and I felt good. So there we go.
Well, that's what it is. It's about feeling good about yourself. So whatever ways you need to do that, I think that's good.
They also tie in Apple Music, so you can listen to different kinds of music.
Okay.
As so they've got everything from pop and there was country. There's all this other stuff. There's also dance, if you want to do dance. I've not gone there yet, but I will. So So there we go.
Nice. Well, talking about planking and working out makes me thirsty.
Me too.
All right. I
So-
have a Pelican Brewing beer. I may or may not have already done this one, but I really enjoy it. It's the White Russian inspired milk stout.
Ooh,
It's a really good one. I enjoy this one.
nice.
The Brood Abides. It's a 7%, so it's a little more potent than some of the other ones, but what does it say? All brewers like a cocktail from time to time, but how about the best of both worlds in this cocktail inspired beer? Taking inspiration from the classic White Russian cocktail, as well as the movie that made it famous, The Brood Abides,
Nice.
a milk stout with vanilla, coffee, and cocoa. This unique beer pours a chocolate color with dense off-white head and entices the senses with an aromatic bouquet of vanilla, coffee, and dark chocolate.
Ooh,
It's a good one.
sounds great. It's inspired by the Big Lebowski. So how can you go wrong?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I really enjoy this one.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice. Yeah. Well, that's good. That's I don't
it's warming
recall.
me up from the inside. It's a chilly day in Portland, so
That's perfect. That's perfect.
good-
I don't recall that one. I don't remember. So that's
Okay.
that's great.
good.
Pleasantly
I'll
surprised.
add it to the list. It wasn't on there, so I was like, I know I've had this beer before, so
Nice. So my beer this week is from Bevel Craft Brewing, and I had to look it up really quick because their can does not say where they're from, doesn't give us their location or anything, but it is yet another beer from Bend, Oregon, which
Nice.
I've had a couple of those in the last few weeks. So this one is called, and it feels appropriate, Max Weight. Yep.
Nice.
Max Weight from Bevel Craft Brewing in Bend. It's a wee heavy. It's an 8%, and it says in the world of disc golf, which here we go.
Mhm,
Max
mhm.
Weight
I like it.
describes the heaviest weight of discs on the market. Designed for players with the most experience and strength, we took this description to heart as we developed the recipe for this wee heavy. The result is a deliciously rich, full-bodied, malt-forward ale, heavy with caramel notes, or caramel, and a hint of dark chocolate. So I have not tried it. I've opened it. It's been taunting me. So let's see. That's a wee heavy. It's thick. It's creamy. It's a little bitter at the end. But man, it's good. This is good. I like this.
Yeah.
Definitely get that bitter chocolate kind of taste. And
Okay.
I'm not a fan of bitter chocolate on its own. That's for sure.
Mhm.
But in a beer, I'll take it. So
Nice.
not too shabby. So yeah, definitely one that I'll add to Untapped. And of course, you can follow our beer list at Untapped. The Heavy Conversation beer list is there for you to peruse and choose some of the brews that we've had over the years for yourself.
There's a lot of them on there. I was just trying to add those couple to the list right now.
Got quite a few. All right. So resolutions. I already said I don't, it's not something that I don't make resolutions anymore. I've kind of
Mhm.
learned that it in a lot of ways, it's kind of a fool's errand, especially if you're doing something like, I don't know, like I'm going to start a diet for New Year's and I'm going to stick with that. And that's like the big one that you always hear is,
Yeah.
somebody's going on a diet, and the vast majority of those do not last. People don't make it through the first month.
Yeah.
So,
I think
it's
a lot of resolutions are hard to stick with. And I think a lot of people, myself included, in the past I've tried too many different resolutions in the same year, so it's hard to, I'm going to the gym, and I'm doing this, and I'm reading this many books, and
right.
it's like so many different things to do and then at least I did. I ended up kind of fizzling out a few months in.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely more challenging for resolutions, I think, for me anyways. Yeah.
I wrote an article for Chubster a couple years ago about how New Year's resolutions are bullshit, and it's it's a good one to go back to. I'll have to throw it out there again and share that, because it's good to remember that it's a new year, but it's not I don't know. You don't have to look at it as a reset. You don't have to look at it as though your value lies in you getting it all together. And,
Yeah.
it's always good to strive to do better in whatever it is you want to do better with, or to learn
Yeah.
a new thing, whatever. But you don't have to pin your value to those kind of things, because
Yeah,
it's just
absolutely.
hard.
Yeah. So this year I'm going to try something kind of completely new for me. I'm going to pick a one word theme for the year. So it's like setting an intention for the year instead of a resolution. I've been reading a little bit about this, about setting intentions. And I know some people are thinking it's kind of this hippie, mystical thing that, yoga, like you were talking about yoga, those yoginis, set intentions when you're doing your yoga. But I think it's a way for me to kind of focus like everything instead of like, doing, because last year I think I did, I wanted to read a book a month or something like that, and then go to the gym and all that stuff. And it was a lot. So instead of doing that, I'm going to pick a word, and I have a couple words that I'm thinking about. And then I'll use that to help me make decisions that throughout the year. I'm thinking I'm kind of leaning towards the word flourish.
Nice.
It kind of, I like to garden and stuff like that, so it kind of has some meaning behind that. Also, like, physically, mentally, in my relationships, flourish, because 2020 kind of just blew up everything, I feel like. So it helps. I think it's going to help me keep a focus. So it's like when I'm like trying to think of, well, what should I do today, or what am I going to, whatever, like thinking of this word is whatever action I'm doing today, or the thing I want to do, is it helping me flourish or not? Like that kind of thing. So it just kind of, it's going to give me a little bit more focus on my year, and, intention behind all the different things that I want to do throughout the year. So I just think that for me is just try something new, instead of making it like work out or read a book. Like, yes, those can be part of the helping me flourish, but that isn't the actual goal.
Sure.
My goal is to flourish, whatever, whatever that means. So,
and that's great. And with that, it allows you a lot of leeway to really focus on smaller steps and smaller things. It doesn't have to be this huge goal in order to make things work. I like that a lot. I think that's great.
and it's just, it kind of, like, I know I said it before, but it helps me really. I'm hoping it's going to help me focus my energy a little bit more. This year was very chaotic, and it was hard to, where am I going? What am I doing? And, if I have some sort of bigger picture that I want to, flourish with my career or with the business, I want to do that. So what steps can I take to make that happen, I think is a little bit easier.
That's great. Yeah. I like that a lot. 2020 was, for me personally and professionally, it was difficult. Not, on top of the pandemic and things with family and everything else, it was difficult. And I feel like it's time for me to kind of go back and to look at what has worked for me in the past. And a few years ago, I decided that I was really going to, I'll take a step back. So it's really easy for me, because I'm a hermit, to just say, no, I don't want to do anything, to skip opportunities, to stay hidden, whatever. And my life basically makes that easy for me to continue to do.
Yeah.
And a few years ago, I had kind of gotten into a place where I was doing a little bit of that, but I also realized that to grow and to also grow the business, to grow Chubster, I needed to be more open to things. I needed to say yes to things. And so I basically instituted kind of a year of yes, where
Oh yeah.
if opportunities came up, if there was something that that I could do, that I was asked to do, or something that I should try to do that I maybe in the past would have found a reason to not do or not follow through with. I just did it instead. I
Mhm.
said, yes, I'm going to do this thing. Or if I was asked to do something, or to participate in something, I said yes. And when I did that, it was very successful.
Yeah.
It was me getting out of my comfort zone in a lot of ways, and it was really just moving forward and kind of pushing, I guess, fear to the side and
Mhm.
uh, just trying to do more. And doing that really resulted in a great year. And last year was not a great year for being able to do that with nobody being able to go anywhere. There's not a
Yeah.
whole lot of that you
Yeah.
can do. So we know that 2021 there's going to be a bit of that still as we kind of get moving, but there are a lot of other ways that I can say yes to things in my life, and
Absolutely.
I'm going to focus on that. That's my goal for this year is to
Mhm.
yes more, to be more engaged and more active in a lot of different ways,
Mhm.
and to just um, do things that are better for myself in that way. So, it's that's a pretty wide kind of
Yeah, I
idea.
like that too. Yeah. And I think we all can join in that uh trying to say yes a little bit more
Hmm,
and trying new things and when we can going and doing things um and like you said, it's such a broad thing that you can get. It doesn't have to be like going and meeting your friends for drinks or going to whatever. It can be I don't know, doing more Zoom calls or
sure.
figuring out something that you like, getting like learning a guitar or learning an instrument or
Right.
painting or whatever, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like that one.
Yeah. It is a good way for me to um, get out of my comfort zone, and it's very easy for any of us to stay safe or to not really push ourselves. And sometimes pushing yourself can be as simple as saying, okay, yeah, let's do that thing. Or, yeah, let's, safely meet for drinks, or
Hmm.
let's,
Hmm.
whatever the thing
Yeah,
is.
whatever that. Yeah.
Yeah. And there are so many different things. And it's easy to take all of that stuff for granted and just stick with the way things have been. And I find that I am less happy when I don't push myself and I don't do those things.
Yeah.
So part of it is just trying to find happiness through some of the things that I do. So
Yeah, absolutely. No, I feel the same way. I feel like, my friendships and all that kind of stuff just kind of tanked out this year because we
sure.
weren't able to meet or do things. So, finding ways to help those grow or renew those friendships and relationships, I think is going to be a good one. I wanted to quickly just read the definition of I'm pretty sure word for the 2021 flourish.
Yes.
It's the verb is grow or develop in a healthy or vigorous way, especially as a result of a particular favorable environment.
Nice.
So I'm kind of focused on creating a favorable environment for me to flourish and to grow and develop. So I think, yeah, I really enjoy, because I think the word for me has a lot of different meanings. So I think if you are interested in this idea, there's lots of articles about setting intentions
Hmm.
or one word intentions. But really try to pick a word that has multiple meanings for you so that it can encompass more aspects of your life, whether it's your relationship or your career or your business or whatever things that are going on in your life. You can help do whatever that word is. There's lists of like all these words that you can do, acceptance, being authentic, compassionate, courage, like all these action
Like
words.
intentional words.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
sure, sure.
trying to, I don't know. I'm really liking this idea of like setting a goal. It's like a big goal, not just losing weight or, like a specific thing. It's like in general, I want to do better at things this year.
Sure.
So whatever, even if it's just a little bit, that's fine with me. It doesn't have to be I have to reach a certain marker for me to be satisfied.
Right.
If I do more or better than I did last year, I'm happy. Or more and better than I did yesterday, then that'll be good for me.
I like that.
I don't want to set myself up for a possible failure if I don't hit a certain goal and then, I just stop doing it.
Right.
Like if I'm not hitting, certain goals. I think I'm going to also try and, I don't know if you've heard of SMART action plans. It's specific, measurable, SMA, actionable, SMAR. Wow. I'm trying to think. I forgot what R and T. Smart, measurable, action, trackable or something. SMART. What is it?
R. What's the R?
Oh my God.
Recordable.
I know, right? SMART plan.
Right.
I can't believe I can't think of what it is all of a sudden. I do these all the time, so I can't believe I don't know what it is. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Wow.
Okay.
So
nice.
A specific goal is to flourish.
Hey,
how do you measure that goal? Well, I'm going to do a little bit more or better than I did before. Is it achievable? Is it within your, can you actually do this? Yes.
Sure.
And then give some sort of timeline. So every month I'm going to try to just reflect on the month and say, what did I do better? Or how am I doing?
Nice.
And just have a check-in with myself, no one else. It's not anybody else, just me. So I'm going to use the SMART plan too. I think that I do those at work all the time for my employees and myself. And I think they really help you make it specific, not like I want to lose weight,
Sure.
That's too broad. It's like, I want to do this by this time, kind of thing.
That's awesome. Yeah. I like
There's
that.
Lots of things out there to help you make a SMART plan for whatever goal or thing you want to be doing better at. So,
yeah, I think the moral of the story is don't overload yourself with resolutions and big things that are going to be hard to achieve and attain. Just think about what you really want. How do you get there, and go from there. You don't have to set resolutions. Just do whatever you need to do that works for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
There we go.
And I'm excited for the year. We've got a lot of good things coming,
Yes. Travel is one thing I'm excited to do again. That is definitely at the top of my list of things that I hope to do in 2021. So if you're listening and you have, I guess, resolutions or ideas or plans or intentions, let us know.
Yes, please.
Hit us up.
Share what your intentions might be or your goals. Give us your word for 2021. What you want your 2021 to kind of be.
Yep.
Leave it in some comments at Heavy Convo on Instagram or Twitter, or you can message us, whatever. I'd love to see what you guys are going to be doing in 2021. So please let us know.
Indeed. All right. Well, there we go. Well, happy 2021, Jody.
Yes, you too, Bruce. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. See ya.
Thanks for listening to Heavy Conversation. Be sure to like and subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.